I think a lot of the Sentinels fans are now a little worried. Split has been a problem for them. As a third map, how do they get to the lower bracket? They lost to Liquid here. How do they run out of Berlin? They lost to Envy. That infamous TenZ moment on the Raze. There has been haunting moments here for them, and it could be history repeating itself again. But we jump in and we find out it will be Kru on the defending side, Sentinels on the attacking side, and this is elimination. This is a ticket home for one of these two teams, and they are fighting with everything they have.
Things not looking to slow up here in the pistol. Big exchange of utility here. Sentinels looking to pile on the pressure towards B site here. Deltic will be called upon. Delivers the first, and it's a spike.
That's the win taken out of Sentinels instantly. Feeling a little rough around the edges, and Delzic's making it worse. Stays alive way beyond his expected time. But there's still Shazam and Dapper. Anything left in the tank for either of these two would be golden right now, and it ain't happening. It's fire coming out from Kru. The LATAM team just took pistol against Sentinels.
And the big talking point here for me is well, Kru can ultimately control Sentinels here in round 2. A lot of emphasis on mid once again. As soon as this barrier drops, Lauren.
Not too much given away, just the classic heard so far. There is that Sheriff with 10, so that's about it. Kesnet and co will respect this. More utility poured towards mid, rightly so, considering we know how many players are down there right now for Sentinels.
I think only one noted here. Again, Mazzino going to confirm on the back of the flash potentially. Actually, the gravity well perfect. A nice little set piece here, potentially to punish Sentinels. They only find Shazam on the back of it. But again, they will pull one back towards 8. Actually, Mazzino now will get Nags healed up whilst they have opportunity to take a breather. Actually, Sentinels going to force their way through Mail here. Kesnet will escape. Catch a heal of his own. So Delzik swinging all the way through to B main, in full control of B site here. Sentinels try and come down the rope. Zeno finds 2. Third one.
Oh, it's clean.
Spike down B.
You couldn't ask for a better second round for Kru. This is dreamy.
30
Dapper,
seconds left.
desperate to do a little damage, do a little something. This could be a gift on a plate. It's not. Oh, it's a Prime gaming flawless, and Sentinels are going to be rattled for this beginning, because you know Kru's confidence is now
backed outside, and actually Klaus going to play up on rafters here, so actually he does drop down. I was going to say whether or not he's going to give this up with a 3-man push towards mid.
I did get met by Shaz's dog though, so they know that there was a lot of emphasis towards middle, and a good response actually coming out here. But actually TenZ gets met by sheer force. What? Klaus has got him, and he's still got the angle. This is huge from Klaus. This could be everything, and it's looking so good for 2. He set them up for success, and now Dapper and Shazam under the gun, feeling the strain. Spike is in hand though. Dapper still got it. Can he keep that time at least favorable? Shazam, great positioning. Punishing one, the cross gets held. Dapper stands tall. They're not letting it slip just yet. Sentinels fight right back.
Again, 2 rifles saved across this. A damage down on the side of Kru. Again, that's the secondary map almost. So probably going to pull Kru back towards a more traditional 2-1-2 potentially.
So much emphasis on this mid-fight. Both sides knowing the value to this. Trade out of utility on both sides consistent here. Confirmation of presence from Shazam, but that's obviously not the full picture right now.
And again with this wall, actually, Kru are trying to find very deep mid control as well. You see now Sentinels re-aggressing on the back of the Toxin. Cool down the flash is good for Nags, but Sick in position to punish.
Incredible work from Sick there. That flash looked bang on for the punish to come through, but that's Sick finding incredible value to that. Keeping at least 5 standing now for Sentinels, maybe saving TenZ's life, but where do they now lead? Maybe this B, I don't know, maybe a split towards it, but Delzik, again, trying to get a little ratty on this. Does he get the timing right? TenZ and Dapper around the other side, plenty behind it too. He holds just long enough to lose his life. Zoms with the entry. Game on now towards B we go. Mazzino next on the chopping block. Good work from Sentinels. Finding composure in these moments is everything to them right now.
Now just Kesnet and Klaus left to consider damage.
Spike planted.
With Klaus still tucked all the way over on A site. It's maybe looking like they want to hold on to these rifles. No real, again, ultimates looming here in the next round at least. So we're going to try and make something work here. And again, it's looking like a flawless round here for Sentinels. All 5 weapons will be carried across. And actually, this is the one that you think is probably a little bit delicate in terms of what they throw away here, so nobody goes hunting. Sentinels want to try and build up a round or two buffer for their finances. And what's going to be interesting to see, again, initially these explorations in mid are only on the back of the boom bot, potentially a second kind of layer to that in terms of utility, but if Kru want to pile on the pressure, there's been a couple of times where Sentinels have been stacked up behind this wall. Yeah. They could potentially get caught off guard here because Sentinels starting slow.
Towards A. Keep my eye towards
I think they want to swing out here. Sick, got to be careful.
But this is exactly what he's made for. Now does he even get to keep his life though? You can see all that utility put down. Still takes one on the way out. Good work from Sick to at least get that damage done, and it does again give away that was a big stack. So instantly they look towards that B site. Looks a little bit more vulnerable, but there's a player playing down towards Hell. That's gonna be Klaus. Can't catch that cross as well as he like, but Delzik will stand to the task. Rifle recovered and Spike now loose. Shazam and Dapper gonna be sweating bullets. And they keep themselves composed. Shazam, it's all on you here. Disaster in the making, or maybe a road to recovery. No second follow-up on the flash there. Gonna try and add paranoia into the back of Nagzit's mind. But the spike is the biggest problem. How does he get it back? How does he get past Delzik, who's done the unthinkable? He checks towards Hell, but the cross is everything. Does he get the timing right? Flash in hand, but not one for another 24 seconds. Drops down, and the first challenge, it's Nagzit. And you know as soon as that cross gets noted, there's a swing, but Shazam wants to get around it. There's the cross, and there's the kill! Nagzit gets it, but it's Delzik with a belting round.
On the back of two rifles carried into this. And a little push out, and we'll put their third on the board here. A couple of ultimates available now, and again, 10's two off the Blade Storm, Shazam, one off the... Okay.
Oh, get out of it! Oh, in case they needed more to go in their favor. That's a gift from the gods. The flash to follow. Delzik fancies his chances again. That's risky. Didn't do well from that spot last time, but maybe this time he finds a little more favor. But no, he falls away from it.
You will not.
They maintain composure, forcing out the res.
Dapper actually tries to creep on through. He's going to drop the Viper's Pit. We're getting ahead of this. Whether or not it's a little bit of a bait. No, it looks like Sentinel's going to try and follow through on this. There's bodies here for Kru. They could catch the cross from main.
They could. I'm waiting to see if that punish comes in from Zeno. That is going to be everything if he gets the timing right. He doesn't. He finds the barrel of Dapper's gun. And now Delzik wants in. Doesn't get it. Sentinels keeping everything favorable towards them. 5 still stand. And this fight surely to be planted. Yeah, great work from Shazam as well. Klaus and Nagzit, they're a mile away. Sentinels answer back in kind. They find a brutal element to themselves to make that B piece work.
Delzik, you even noted it, getting a little curious into B main. The second he pulls away, Dapper capitalizes on that space. Ultimately being the one to give Sentinels the swing factor here. That Viper's Pit. Swinging side control heavily back in their favor. Again, flawless on the way in. They lose nobody. Nags now, again, looks as if he wants to hold on to the rifle. And again, with this back and forth now, you have to question the economy. It's like actually... Sentinel set up to hunt a little bit. They want to try and punish here. I mean, if Nags falls, he gets his Blade Storm, so it's not a massive loss. Again, Sentinels, they want to hold on to everything they have.
Yep.
The comeback is a factor to consider there.
But the money this time is, if they can convert this round as cleanly as we'd expect, Sentinels should be able to build off the back of this. They'll get the foundation blocks towards it. There is only that one rifle that got kept over, so you're going to have Spectres, Frenzies, not too much else. And Sentinel's doing it right this time, not falling foul to any danger, any of those players. Excuse me, maybe I've lied to you! Wait, what's just happened? How did Klaus and Kesner get away with this? Zom's going to try and keep this one on track, keep it in hand, not let this go astray! You can see the ults now being sent down. Kesner desperate to do damage, but that's ambitious with a frenzy.
Sick will punish Nags, swinging down from ramp. They're trying to capitalize on the pressure from that showstopper. Delzik actually slips through.
He's somehow gone past this. They're still aware. That's really good for Sentinels to be aware of this. Zoms finds Mazzino. They're keeping this one in hand. The look away for a second. The peak came through 10s. Safety found, composure being maintained. As Kenzit knows this is looking unfavorable. There it is. Just about denying the mayhem the Kru was looking to build. They keep 3 alive. That's what we normally ask for, but that got dangerous.
Again, those are the sorts of rounds where it's more of a contingency still in place for Sentinels. Now, actually, a huge financial advantage here. built up for Sentinels, and scoreline
Basic.
maybe doesn't
Look at
tell
this.
that story. Delzik again punished on B.
I don't think they're going to expect 10s to be here so quickly, but Dapper does not care. He's got 10s by his side, and they've got the pinch towards the side. One player remains. They've got to know there's someone still around, and he's found Kesnet now gone. The pace change is unfathomable towards Kru. Yes, Nagzit does get one, but they have no step towards this site right now.
Spike planted.
Klaus did invest that Viper's Pit as well, but he's backed all the way off to spawn. Sick actually there to catch him if he decides to flank. But again, Kru in a scenario where it's 2v4, considering the save, considering holding on to these rifles and trying to make do in the next round. Like I said, this just strengthens Sentinels' economic stranglehold on this half so far.
Gutsy to do that pace change. I love that. After the amount of... Ooh, do you get to keep that rifle? Let's see if he can get any closer now. Sick is looking to try and take this away. For me, it's that pace change and the confidence behind it. That, to me, is so integral to still see that confidence with Sentinels to go for these sort of pieces. Can't quite take the rifle away from Klaus. And we'll continue with 3 alive, which is just fine for the economy, hopefully for Sentinels. But again, Kru now need an answer back. They need to stop this before it spirals. But
Group stage, which is not something anybody would be considering here for Sentinels. Like I said, there is that adjustment there. You can see Delzik over towards A site. It will be Klaus to flip over again. A pacey hit through mid here from Sentinels.
I like what they've identified with this. It seems to be working very nicely for themselves. This puts Klaus in a bit of a dire spot. He knows that next layer to this hit will be coming through from main, so now he's surrounded on all fronts, and no help's really on the way all that time soon. There it is, though. Nagzit finds 2 out of nowhere? How has he just found 10s and zoms? I could not tell you. Dapper trying to work back in. Klaus finally pulls the trigger. He gets away with it as well. Dapper and Shazam suddenly in a bad scenario, suddenly on the back foot, but Shazam finds the timing just right. He still do some more damage, though. Look at the HP. Klaus a little low, Mazzino a little low. Kesnet having to catch that cross, and that was the downfall of Shaz before. But he's got support now coming through from heaven.
Kru, they're broken. They're battered, they're bruised in this round. Look at the HPs here. Actually, Klaus going to catch a heal.
Heal up, squad.
Actually strengthens their position massively. Dapper also had to regroup here. Back to 93 HP, but Spike down on site. Kru can sit tight for the time being. Wait for Sentinels to make a move.
I don't know how you dismantle this crossfire. That's the big
30
question in
seconds
my
left.
mind. A flash, is that going to be the way to set it up? Dapper's eaten it.
Oh,
That's
no.
so badly communicated. It's not good at all. Kru are going to capitalize, make it all their own. And that flash was misplaced, mistimed, or miscommunicated, but it will be around not
From
that.
2 sides.
Knife's edge stuff now. Money starting to look a little more in the right direction for Kru, but Sentinels still have a purchase here as we saw that money spilling in the previous rounds. And once again, this mid battle going to continue.
I think actually with around 5 survive, 4 survive, Sentinels probably have another 4 buy behind this as well. So
Imagine
again,
so.
you look towards the ultimate cycle here.
Huh?
And again, Dapper's found an opening. Kru's got to stop giving these away on B.
Yep. Hey, if they found a pressure point, they're going to keep hitting that. They're going to keep trying to be a nuisance on towards this. Seeker's going to go down. And I've got to say, Dapper's been wonderful at finding them, though. He has been absolutely brilliant at exploiting this over and over again. And now the Seekers are going to be pretty much trailblazing their way forward as Delzik does at least find one. Can he just try and maybe retake that space over towards this side? So this retake isn't without potential. Kesnet closing in pretty quickly and up and over he goes. Almost made a fool of Zoms, but he keeps his calm. And now down to 2. Nagzit does have that op. Does he want to give this away? Is there even a chance for it? He's sitting super deep. This looks like a save.
Does indeed, especially with Nags on that operator. No armor here. Cosmic Divide was available, but casualties on the way in makes it so difficult for Kru to make that investment, or forced investment, I should say. It's almost salvage mode in terms of the progress that Sentinels made. And now you start getting worried. Dapper's got that Viper's Pit once again. Sick, looming on the res. Sentinel's going to be firmly back in the driving seat after this round. If Delzik can find any damage here, actually. Sentinels look a little... Actually,
Player standing.
I was going to say, the spacing a little off there, but Shazam does trade it out. Only the operator saved. The mirror image of kind of how Sick's been playing outside A main, but speak of A main, it's looking pretty all in here from Sentinels. Like a pacey hit towards A.
Yeah, Delzik, I think, is still on the site. Yeah, he's trying to play behind this, and the timing couldn't have been worse for him there. Sick outdoes him so well. And now already, Kru are going to have to respect this one. They don't know quite what's going on behind these ultimates. Gesnet has a little look through from CT, sees nothing so far, but there's plenty around that corner.
Up and out, again, spotted in hell, but
Spike planted.
the trademark sick position. Again, so difficult to deal with this here. Dirty off angle. You look at actually an operator, a Spectre. This is so hard for Kru to fight back in onto A site here.
Good flash, maybe time to at least facilitate them getting to rafters. Sick gonna punish Klaus though, so again, they're not finding a way back in. This post plant is just absolutely cast in iron. These guys are immovable as Kesnet needs to get out of dodge quickly, trying to keep these rifles if he can. Punish on the way out, nothing much for it. Sentinels, that is a gorgeous answer. I have to say, I love seeing a little bit of versatility at this time. Seeing them switch it up to a new look hit towards A, not just depending on Dapper. Snags is still trying to keep that up in play and back the hell away from this.
And again, first time actually discussing it here, this composition again. I know what the aim is here from Kru, but ultimately you look for them to be more dominant on the defensive hub. Best possible scenario here, 7-5, and then Delzik back on a stinger. Spectre in the hands of Klaus, and again a pacey hit towards Alo, and
Yeah,
Tens is going to open things up.
Oh,
Look at it!
Stylish from Tens, putting on a show. He's already down to 3. The answer back has to be robust. Already Mazzino with a good start towards Shazam. That's not bad. Finding his opposing number in this. Dapper tries to back away, doesn't give away too much in this one. But in the post plant we go. Gesnet, quick start towards Tens, and he just flies on in, gives it up towards Zoms, who takes him out of midair. And now we're down to 2. Nags in Mazzino, what do you do? The res comes out, the odds are even less favorable. Mazzino's still doing damage from above, but it's all on him, and it's all been taken away. Sentinels stabilize in the hour they needed it.
8-4. We've been here before. Can Kru answer back in the second half, Lauren? Again, I'm going to need to see a lot.
Looking okay for them. This is Sentinels, not fully comfortable, sure, but happy enough. We go in now at 4-8. Sentinels in the lead here on map 3 for elimination between these two. Only one can go forward. Oh my
Kru
god, the
want to
mid
counter
fight.
this setup immediately. Look at this, the flash through. It's going to force Tens all the way back. Shazam tagged up. He has to get the heal from Sick. It's a little bit of a gap created on the back of that pressure from Kru. And the Sentinels now quelled, at least in the early round. We give them a little space to work with. Nags has actually got himself tucked into Mail here now. Well, Sentinels feel a little comfortable to re-explore mid. Going to leave actually one member tucked into Ropes and Mail here, so the focal point going to be B main. Zoms will be called upon. In the way his utility's set up, they're probably going to allow Kru to pass onto site here.
Looking towards that heaven piece as well. That crunch is going to come out. This is going to be pressure on 2 fronts. Zom's going to eat the flash, but he's still safe enough for now. Spike looking like it's going to go down. Sick does find that first part coming in from heaven. Delzik does well, but it's all traded out. Klaus still going to keep it favorable, but there's that second layer towards heaven. Keeping back 2, actually. That's big. Shazam and Dapper. Oh, that damage! Get out of here! Gesnet plays ahead of it. He's still clicking. He's still going. And they get what they need. Kru, first step on the ladder back to this game.
That's a beautiful round to watch back, honestly. Again, like I said, tucked.
Now they did pick up the last pistol, and then convert the second, and then got kind of rolled over in that. So don't think it's out just yet.
Don't call it a comeback.
I already used that line. I can't do it again.
All right.
Not in
my
this.
bad.
Yeah, not in this tournament, but you know,
Busy next year?
you wouldn't believe. Already though, mid control taken. And in this, we hold the same standard. You guys know it at home by now. Keep it clean. That ain't so clean. Sick gonna punish Delzik there. That's a good bit of damage. Nags it, making a bit of a meal of it. Mazzino though, gonna be on cleanup duty here. There he is. Nicely done in the end, keeping this one safe. You could see it getting a little bit sketchy. There's the next pickup, and we're down to now the last 2. Sick and Dapper. As long as it's above 3 alive, I'm happy enough. If you get below 3, then I get a little nervous. And the money obviously becomes up in the air. However, let's see if Dapper and Sick can do anything. They did get that Spectre, which is quite nice, if they could do a little something with that. Mazzino on duty for it. And Sick being played in on this corner.
Yeah, Dapper just trying to bait somebody in. Sick looking to do some more damage.
Nah, that looks a bit Looks a bit sketchy down there in mailroom, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Oh, there's something a bit funky about it. Felt it out, rightly so. Guess needs to be careful to not fall here. Cameback away, leave it to the others. There we go. Okay, 3 alive. Spectre's maintained, but you can see Sentinels trying to work away at that economy there.
Yeah, and again, you're absolutely right. Again, it's not necessarily the bonus round that's frenzy. It's a Sheriff in the hands of Delzik. Actually, what pace Kru bring to this? Actually, looks like a quick piece towards Mail, and they're going to try and punish. Nax finds 2! And the upgrade.
Welcome to LATAM aggression. These boys just picked it up and absolutely threw Sentinels aside. The site is theirs. And maybe they got somewhere else to be because they just hit that with so much pace. Spike down at 120.
And now, I mean, Sick will get pushed upon here. Oh my god. Kesner actually wins that with the Spectre. Now Dapper, the last man standing for Sentinels. Kru looking to replicate exactly what they achieved on Haven here. A comfortable round 3 in the second half. Is it flawless? No, Dapper has other things to say. Come through now, 36 HP. Actually finds another one as well. That's a big win here, but already...
Going for a hero defuse?
No way. No, they're close enough.
No one's... yeah, it's fine. He's been caught. He's been absolutely denied. And even the rifle could be picked up to get away in time if he doesn't have to. No, he's fine, actually. 3 rifles could be taken away from that.
Run it down towards Mal, but he will be called upon here.
Okay.
Again, money-wise, you're looking like this should be a Kru round. They have the full purchase. You'd have to see Sentinels get a little fruity with it, try and find something out of the ordinary. A couple of those 10s, bangers would be something to get it going, but he's only got the classic. I say only. But again, there's still a bit of danger in this round. You can see them looking for those opportunities. You can see the 6 pushing himself up in, even if it's a one and done, that's still pretty solid. Frenzy by his side. And it was Delzik who's been punished a couple of times on the other shoe when he was on the other half. So, as it stands, a little bit of patience being shown. Calm for Kru. Let's see what they do with this now.
Ooh, Sick nearly actually caught trying to cross behind his... I'm not sure if Delzik even noticed him there. Yeah, they did, yeah. The paint shell's going to force him out here. Or at least do a lot of damage.
There's a stack on this side of the map, and I'm looking at the flank. Dapper, if you can get the timing right towards mailroom. Timing, let's see how it works out. There it is. Dapper's timing could not have been better. Kesnit does at least take down 6, so he's opened up the gateway towards it. Oh, 10s couldn't make much of that one, and they're just about keeping this in check for Kru. One by one they come, and one by one they fall. Shazam still trying to make something of this, and this is going to shut down Kru. Right back at the door.
Again, Kru looks so comfortable in some of these rounds where they were just death ball, just strength in numbers.
Oh, yeah.
100 credits here, everything invested here. And we're all tied up, 8-8.
And this is the big one. This is the round that can define it. We have to wait and see who's going to be able to claim it, who's going to take that step forward. 10's going to be forced back here, not going to have his own way with that B main push. Even going to be noted here for a second time. As Klaus and Co will actually peel away from this.
Now the only real option here is
They've shown so much presence there.
Let's say the only option here is to call this audible and find a gap that Zombs might have left open here towards ropes, but A main not really feasible right now.
Okay, double pump. How do you clear 10s now?
I'm not entirely sure why Shazam's been pulled here.
No, I'm not too sure myself. Unless they've heard a step or they've been trying to give this a look away. Nags it, maybe making a little noise where he is. Who knows?
I mean, 10s and Sick are committed. They're playing so close here.
100%.
They're almost committed to this hold at first contact.
I've got your trail.
Actually so dangerous. Here comes Seekers. That was maybe the intention to try and push 10s away from the angle, and it works well enough. The double pump will at least get them a step towards the side, but 10 still lingers, still lurks around the side of these walls. You can see the utility thrown in. Sick by his side, and the rotations are in. Spike yet to go down. It's still being cleared towards the back of the site. Damage there, but there's the lurk. Comes on in, nags it behind enemy lines. But it's Kesnet as well. They're both able to double down on this, down to Sick, Dapper and Shazam. Spike in, and they're all locked towards this side. One a little further away. That's Dapper. Red's gonna be considered, but the divide comes in now. Shazam finding Mazzino. Sick going to be working his way forward on the other side of this. There's still a player waiting for anyone to step on through. He punishes 10s, and Dapper and Sick looking down the barrel of the gun. Kru against so many odds right now, still able to do this. Sick trying to work a way in. It's done for here. Delzik gets the punish, and Kru take the lead.
And it echoes around, and actually, Kru, the timing is perfect for them.
This should be 10. This should be 10 on the board. Unless something untoward happens or a couple of mad shots come out, which, hey, find a little corner, find a little cubby and see what you can get from it. Oh, you get nothing from it.
They're wise to it.
They're so aware. Oh, this is looking like heartbreak could be on the cards. But for now, still going to have a little look. Doesn't find much for it. Gets a little bit of information. And a calming of the nerves for Kru. They get that lead under the belt.
Pause there, waiting for the reaggress, and it does come. Sick punish for it. Shazam actually will find a response, but don't expect Kru to suffer on the back of that potential here to try and retrieve this weapon,
Klaus
maybe.
Again. He's behind him. If Nagzit wants to just sit here, he's the perfect stopper of any rotations. They can take that long path around towards A.
Klaus has so much control right now. Just this one position here, and you can see.
Massive.
Kru will hightail it all the way towards A. Kesna actually going to get 2 orbs towards this showstopper here with the plant. Sentinels left struggling for answers here. Again, it's not even that feasible to find some damage on the way out here. Zoms retrieves a Phantom, so it could make things interesting. But Klaus holding just in case. He will be punished for it. Sentinels still go for this. It looks like, yeah, at least they're going to explore the possibility.
Yeah, it's the next step that is going to become near on impossible. Does it comfy? And there's Nagzit right there in time. Double digits now found for Kru. And panic gonna start hitting Sentinels. There's no two ways to put it to you. We have to be honest about this. 10-8 is
investing here and there on some of these save rounds. It gets real dicey now. This could be Kru to 11 and Sentinels bankrupt.
Tens though wants to be the difference maker, but he gets absolutely destroyed. Body down by Kesnit, and away we go. Sentinel's first line of defense has been cracked open. Kru take this by the horns. They're going to lean towards A. They've got a lovely split towards it with that late lurk in towards middle from Zeno, but there's still a player here. There's still Dapper. Can Dapper do anything to dissuade this? Sick at least catches that player in mid. That's Mazzino. For the side crunch comes in!
Dapper!
And Dapper stands! And he tries to deliver. He's done everything to give them a shot at this. A 3v2. Nagzit and Klaus still alive, still trying to fight with everything they can, but this is all on the shoulders of Dapper until Klaus finally steps up to the goods. Can he find this 1v2? 58 seconds to play with. He wants to get that spike down if he can, but this is so risky. Now going to be closed in on. The wall got drop. He's going to fight Shazam. Oh, Zoms! A moment for respite for Sentinels. But I've got to say it, without Dapper there, without him finding 2 kills there, I see that round being Kru's.
Oh, yeah. And again, the pace change from Kru. They look so decisive, and Sentinels almost...
We were saying those Spectres now have to come out. The full purchase still sitting pretty with Kru.
They have 17k
Jesus.
after this. And bear in mind that by the time they get reset, they get the loss bonus as well.
Okay, Sentinels, bit of an uphill struggle here. You need this round to go your way and look pretty good at it, but it's not been easy. Tens has been trying. He's been trying everything he can, but it just doesn't seem to be working. 7 kills on the board, 16 deaths.
It's double negative.
This doesn't quite find it again. A tag is not enough to take them down. Nagzit still stands, gets healed up, and he gets the second bite of the cherry.
Slow an approach here from Kru. Again, I think with all this pressure, you can see this conditioning now coming to a head. Shazam actually preemptively rotating towards A. But potential here, Dapper to be caught amiss.
Shazam's en route. I think they're feeling this out, and rightly so. Dapper again, tasked with such a terrible predicament in front of him. How do I deal with all these players? Do I go anti-flash? Do I try and face?
The time is
walk out.
No way, Dapper!
Cometh the time, cometh the man. He will not relent this sight. He keeps finding them value. Against a full buy with a Spectre. This guy is keeping things together for Sentinels. And 4 of them stand, but 3 on the other side, still well geared up, still looking pretty to go. Tens can't quite find what he wanted. Double dips down again, looking to do a bit of chip damage, but it's Delzik lurking away towards heaven. Does he find a bit of timing on this? He does at least get a glimpse of Tens, but he loses the fight. And Dapper again, that's 3. And now all down to Mazzino. This is perfect work from Dapper. I am beyond impressed with his ability to hold down this site.
The timing looked apt to go up as soon as the barrier drops here, and that's going to be a key indicator for Sentinels.
But I don't think they can really back out of this. Kesnit's just going to dive on in. Can they clear that corner? Back by Pillar, who just sends it. He loses life. Zoms from up on top by the rafters. Excuse me, down by Pillar. The flash comes in. Mazzino with a punish. And again, Look at the pace coming out from Kru. It's worked this time, and maybe the magic man himself, Dapper, ain't here. He can't do much about this. The ult comes up on the other side.
And this is going to burn up. The decay is so much before they even get to screens here. Sick finds Dapper. Dapper finds Deltic. What is going on?
Against the odds, they're still doing it. Dapper! He turns up on site. He still gets 2. And Sentinels somehow get 11 on the board.
I cannot believe what we just saw. Kru found everything they needed to on the way in. Actually, even the showstopper just getting traded out. No value whatsoever. They find an entry onto Zoms.
A little bit of that magic, something that makes you believe in the side, because Kru now, they've been doing everything right. They've been getting on the side, they've been getting the plants, but still they lose in that retake scenario. It's unbelievable to imagine. But 10 to 11, the money now coming to the close for Kru. They still have a purchase here, but it's what comes after this. What's that next layer? Can they somehow get past the end boss, the final boss, Dapper? As Zoms this time will try and take up that mantle, sit himself towards A in case another A piece comes down.
Shazam playing pretty deep on Heaven here again. Respecting that wall initially from Klaus. No real contact found anywhere just yet. Kesnick got himself tucked up into Mail. Shazam going to have confirmation of presence on the other side of that flash. Again, one of the slower rounds we've seen out of Kru now. We'll have to see how it fares for them.
Very different pace to this. It plays a little more to what we'd say would look good for a Sentinels round. So we'll see how they deal with this. 40 seconds and maybe a little bit of a look back towards Mailroom. Dapper catches the glimpse.
Careful with this wall, actually.
There goes the wall, and there goes the player. Mazzino with an excellent trade, a crucial one at that. Quick flash as well. Dapper gonna have to fall away and respect this, but it still looks like an A piece is coming in.
They're gonna find themselves a 4v2 here, Lauren.
They are, but
straight away this ropes rotation comes through.
Okay, Shazam up by rafters, one tucked towards the back of sight. And there's the first contact. It's good for Shazam. It's great for Shazam. Finding 2, but they do finally clear him. But there's that next layer. Dapper now gone. 12 seconds left. Zoms needs to hold this together. 9 seconds now. They're still finding the way to the site. Spike going down. And it's Tens, the man, the myth, and pretty much the quiet legend right now. He's done for. Mazzino. What a time to find form. 11-11. It's as close as it can get.
Uncharted territory.
We go again. 3-play stack from Sentinels towards A, and they're getting aggressive on the defending side. But Klaus, I think he's got a feeling behind this. He's read it perfectly, and he punishes Dapper. Collected the second. No. Sick with the trade, and the res comes out. They've cleared that A site, but they're going to respond in kind towards B. But the utility is going to hinder this quick reaction that looks like Kru would have wanted.
Perfect way to play around the res here. So late on in this half. Zoms intends though. Got to deal with this pressure onto B. Actually, they're straight onto site here.
Yeah, but they haven't quite crested yet. 10 still catching that cross, still going to be doing some damage to try and wrap towards the pillar. Deltic finds 6, and now he's on his own, and now he's been deleted. They now know pressure comes in from further afield. Zoms gets cleared at the back of the side, but Dapper still closing in. Has to relent away from the Seekers, has to accept that he has to peel away, but he does a little bit of chip damage towards Mazzino. And now the 2v2 flash comes in, but he's going to tuck himself in towards the backside of that box. Nags it.
One enemy remaining.
They trade out.
They traded, and now Nags it. This guy's been having a nightmare of a series.
Rifle. But
now is the time to come alive, and Dapper on the other side. 2 beasts in this one. Dapper! Oh, no way! Nagsit's won it! Nagsit takes the corner, he takes the fight, and he takes the round.
Available for Sentinels. On the flip side, nothing in the back pocket for Kru either.
I need to stop.
And it all comes down to this, 12-11, one team beckoning for greatness, and they're gonna flash in! No way!
No way!
Destroys 3 through the smoke! Heartbreak now for Sentinels, as it's all down to Dapper and Sick. Sick fighting with everything, but it is not enough! As Dapper now in the 1v3. The weight of the entirety on his shoulders, has to deliver, has to stand tall. He knows what's against him, it's all being poured in. He has to stand and do something, but they're running away. They're not gonna mess around for a second. They're leaving him with nothing.
He's delivered for Sentinels already this map, bailed them out, but it's a tall order. A 1v3. Klaus, Nags, and Mazzino alive and kicking right now for Kru. Flash comes through. Actually, not even going to pop here. Klaus ready and holding though.
Dapper, it's your time to shine right about now. It's all on you, buddy. Surrounded on all fronts. It's over! It's done with! Kru against all above our expectations against all odds. Send Sentinels home.
I am absolutely speechless right now. Their first international scalp to claim is none other than Sentinels. The hopes and dreams of building a dynasty this year left in tatters. A group stage elimination.
Tell me this isn't what it's all about. Passion, dedication, their hearts on the line. No one would have said this would have been the outcome. No one in their right mind would have said that. And I'll tell you that for free. But they don't care about the odds. They don't care about predictions or expectations. They face them down and they walk away, removing Sentinels. What a moment for Kru.
Repeat that back to me. Removing Sentinels. I mean, you can see on their faces what it means to them.
This is what it's about, man.
This is huge for the region as well. For this team in particular, like I said, they have struggled previously. And I mean, Baller even noted earlier, we're having this conversation on the way to the studio. You think about who they've lost out to on an international stage. And you come through, Sentinels look so good throughout this series of points, but Kru able to completely flip the rhythm. And it plays out beautifully for them.